So next one is realloc. Okay. So in case of realloc, we are going to reallocate the memory if the currently allocated memory is insufficient. Okay. So the original memory allocation can be done using malloc or calloc. You will start allocating memory. Later you want to expand memory. Okay. So you can start using realloc. Okay. Using realloc you can reallocate memory. So general syntax for this realloc will be, you can write like this: new ptr is equal to data type star realloc, data type star realloc of old ptr comma new size, old ptr comma new size. Okay, so this is realloc corresponding syntax. So what is meant by old ptr here? Okay, so here I can write where old ptr is actually representing the pointer that is pointing to the block of memory which is already allocated using either malloc or calloc. As I told, originally you will be allocating some memory using malloc or calloc, right? And this old pointer is actually representing the pointer pointing to the old memory, to memory, and this memory is allocated using malloc or calloc. Okay, so that is representing this old memory. Now what is new size? So new size will be representing updated size that you want to allocate using realloc. So I can write here as size of the new block. Okay, or size of the block to be reallocated. Clear? So again here also, once you reallocate memory, new pointer will be now pointing to that newly allocated memory using realloc. So let me show you an example here. Okay, so consider an example using realloc. First I'm considering a pointer, integer pointer here, int star p. Now I'm allocating memory using malloc for this integer pointer. So this is int star malloc of, we can write okay, for example I want to allocate 10 memory locations. So 10 into size of int, 10 into size of int. Okay, so it will allocate 10 locations and each is of size of integer. Now we can allocate using realloc. So if already allocated memory is not sufficient, okay, so you can allocate using realloc. Let us suppose I want 20 locations. Okay, new size is 20 for example. So in that case I can write int star realloc of. So what is the old pointer? Here I am using the old pointer and new pointer both as same p only. So old pointer comma new size. Right now I'm allocating new size as 20. Earlier 10 locations or 10 blocks are allocated. Now it is 20 blocks we are reallocating. So the old pointer and new pointer both are same. Okay, which means the new pointer will be, okay, the same pointer p will be pointing to the newly allocated memory. Okay, so previously here you can see there are 10 blocks of memory. 10 into 4 is equal to 40 bytes of memory is allocated. but using this, this is going to be 20, right? 20 into 4, which will be 80 bytes of memory will be allocated. So for both of this, we are using a same pointer to point. So P will be now pointing to the updated memory, which is 80 bytes of memory. Okay. So now let us consider an example here for realloc. Okay. So first I will basically consider allocating for character pointer. Let me implement directly. Okay. So I'm using a character pointer here. I'm using a character pointer. So where I can write it as char star name, for example. Okay, char star name. So this is my character pointer, using which I am allocating memory. So that is name is equal to, okay, so char star malloc of, okay. So here let us suppose I am allocating 10 contiguous locations and each is of character data type. So which means size of char is 1 byte, 10 into 1 is 10 bytes of memory I am allocating using malloc. Okay. So now I want to copy some content into this. You can make use of strcpy for copying, but for that purpose you have to include another header file, which is a string.h header file. String.h header file. Okay. So once I have included, now we are free to use this strcpy. Okay. So I'm writing or placing a string called Hyderabad. Okay. So after copying this, now we are trying to print name which is located at that particular address. Okay. Let us suppose I will try to print the name which I am storing, which is Hyderabad, and that is stored is at address. Okay. So the address is percentage %p. Okay. So we can write it as name comma name. So you can observe first time name will be printed in the exact string format. Okay. But second time you can see the same name but percentage %p is used, which means the address will be displayed. Okay. Now this is using malloc we have allocated. Let us suppose I want to store a bigger string. Okay. So in that case, this is not sufficient, right? So I'll make use of realloc. Let us suppose char star. Okay. So I use realloc and allocate here. Let us suppose some 15 characters. Okay. I'm trying to store. So this is a size of character type. Okay. So here also semicolon, here also semicolon. Okay. Now I am trying to copy another string. Okay. Let us suppose name comma. So we just need to take a bigger string. Okay. So I'll take a string like Minneapolis. Okay. So the number of characters are greater than number of characters in Hyderabad. Okay. So now let us print similarly here also. Right now the name corresponding address also I'm trying to display along with the name. Okay. So once your usage is completed, you can just deallocate whatever memory that is allocated here. So free of name, using which you can deallocate memory which is allocated here. So let us run this code and see the result. Okay, so I'll try to use here. Okay, so already we are printing in a different line only. Okay, so I'll I'll write here a slash n and here also slash n. Now you can see name is Hyderabad, is at address. Okay, you can observe the corresponding address allocated for this. And now name is Minneapolis, and it is now at address, this particular address. Okay,